All right, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about this Deontay Wilder, man. We ain't too far away from the big fight, man. So I'm talking about it. I'm anxious about it. He and Tyson Fury are fighting for the WBC championship, and that's it. And that's it. Ain't no lineal champion or none of that nonsense, man. We're not playing make-believe over here, man. Okay, but this fight is on its way. So, there's a lot of interviews, a lot of things being said by Fury, by Wilder. One of the things that Deontay Wilder said that I got wind of was that he said that he is the best African-American boxer today. Now, if you know anything about this channel, you know that I believe as that goes, so goes boxing. And to say that he is the best African-American boxer is a big statement because there are some really good ones in boxing right now. And also I would acknowledge that he believes that maybe a guy like Canelo or Lomachenko might be the fictitious, pound for pound number one because he kind of separates those two things. But I want to talk about that and whether that is true or not, but more importantly, whether that matters or not, because we know in a real sense, what the deal is. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Deontay Wilder says that he is the best African-American boxer on the planet. That is a big statement. And it is something that I have to tell you that I do believe is to say whether or not I agree with it requires some analysis, and it also requires some clarifications, right? About what exactly that means. In boxing, we have so many conversations that are completely and utterly hypothetical, okay? Absolutely and positively hypothetical. The pound for pound list, completely hypothetical, okay? In many instances, the idea of a lineal championship is completely hypothetical, okay? Because there's no lineage between the two, so nobody actually fights for the lineal championship. It's just some demarcation that is apparently agreed upon by people that work for Ring Magazine. So it's like this mythical thing that's out there that really is just validation, serves as validation for the ring title instead of the other way around, where the ring title should serve as validation, that the lineal championship is out there and is directly attached to the ring title instead of it being something where boxers who are fighters and who are fighting each other would say, look, I'm the guy that just beat him. I know I'm the guy. And the other guy says, yeah, I know you beat him, so I know you're the guy. But you get my point. Those things are not tangible. They're not real. Who the best? So when Deontay Wilder says that he is the best boxer, anybody says that they're the best boxer, then that forces you to ask the question, what does that mean to be the best boxer? Are you talking about somebody that is the best? Some people, when they say that, think who has the best technical skill, whose jab is the best, whose right hand is the best, whose uppercut is best, who is the best at, if you had a textbook out there that said, this is the way you throw a punch, this is the way you evade a punch, this is how you set up your punches. The person that fits and can execute the drills the best in that manual is the best boxer, right? Because that's how you box. And if you are the most efficient at doing it the way that we pre-subscribe, that is the generally accepted way that you go about it, that makes you the best, right? I don't subscribe to that school. I subscribe to the school of the person that wins is the best fighter. The person that wins, because the object of boxing is to win. That's it. How do you know who the best is at something? It's the person that gets the best results. Who do you know who the best student is in school? It's very cut and dry. The best student is the one that gets the best grades. If you have all A's and an F, You are not a better student than the person that has all A's and a B, or the person that just has all A's. That person's grade point average is going to be a 4.0. The other person's grade point average might be a 3.8. And the other guy's grade point average could be a 3.2. And 4.0 is higher than 3.2. And that's just how it goes. It is a zero-sum game in boxing. You either win or you lose. Sometimes you get a draw, right? Which, if you're a champion, is a push. It is a stalemate. It is what it is. So when Deontay Wilder says that he is the best boxer best African-American boxer in the world, then I would say, if by my definition, absolutely. Absolutely. He has as good a result or better result than anybody else does. He has more wins. He has more wins, more title defenses than Terence Crawford does. He has more knockouts than Terence Crawford does. He's not textbook, and he doesn't have the variety in his game that Terence Crawford does, but he has all of the results that Terence Crawford has. But here's something else. And this is what I always say when I talk about the pound for pound list. Like, I talked a little bit about the lineal championship, but talking about pound for pound comparisons and all of that type of stuff, right? You say, okay, who would win the fight? And if you say, who's the better lineman, right? And who's the better lineman? Well, it's the guy that, if you have a lineman, a defensive lineman, and an offensive lineman going head to head, the goal of the offensive lineman is to keep the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback, right? Or obstructing the quarterback's view. And that defensive back is consistently doing it. That's who the better guy is. And it doesn't matter whether or not the reason why he was able to do that was, hey, he's just bigger, or he's just faster. It is what it is. It's just what it is. It's a zero-sum game, man. So I do believe that there's an argument that could be made for Deontay Wilder being the best African-American boxer because, hey, man, he's the guy that would beat everybody. But what I would say is, underneath that argument, I would say, hey, man, then who are the best fighters in all of boxing? And which is why I've always said and believe that as the heavyweight division goes, so goes boxing. The big guys, height, length, strength is a talent. And all those little guys have the ability to move up to heavyweight and fight at heavyweight if they want to. But, because in other sports, hey man, you can be the best player in the 6'4" and under league, but that doesn't mean you're going to be the best player in the NBA when you have guys at your position like the guy, what is this, Giannis, who's playing the 3 and the 2 at dang near 7 feet tall. You're going to have to deal with the fact that he's that big. And that's something, if you can overcome it, you can overcome it. Just like he's got to overcome your quickness and all that. So I think, excuse me, I'm sorry. So anyway, I just think that it's an interesting conversation to have. I'm more interested in this. Who is the best heavyweight? And who's going to win this fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? For me, I'm leaning heavily towards Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder looked a lot better in his last 2 outings. There's a lot of reports about injuries that Deontay Wilder had coming up to the fight, which I believe probably have a lot of validity to it. I have no reason to doubt that what he said is true because he did come in. He weighed in at 209 pounds and he walked in and he went into the ring at 212 pounds, which is a full 10%. So that means it's a full 10 pounds less than what he did his last fight. So, he wasn't eating right. The injury to his arm, they said that it had healed in time because he wouldn't have went in there with a broken arm. But hey man, your timing could be off. All that stuff could be off if you're not training. And he looked a whole heck of a lot better in his next couple fights. His right hand seemed even much sharper. So it could have definitely been a timing thing. Man, I just wish that Deontay Wilder said that he thinks that he's the best boxer in the world. And it's what it is. But it kind of speaks to whether or not by inference who he thinks might be the best pound for pound fighter in the world. And it seems like he's leaning to Canelo or Lomachenko. So take that, Terence Crawford. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody that watched the video. If you actually watched the video this long, I know you're a true supporter, and many of you guys who are members of the channel, so I would invite you to join as a member of the channel. And also, pay attention to the videos that are going to be released for members, because we have that option. So I'm going to be doing videos on YouTube related to boxing and maybe a couple other little subjects that are going to be up there just for members. So you definitely check out the members only video that's going to be up. Also is going to be up today. So with that, I'm out. Peace.